Okay, we're going to make blue-green phycocyanin violetta prism water. Have you ever drank prism water before? That's what this is. When you walk around, everybody's going to ask you too, what's the water you're drinking? Because it actually looks like it's a rainbow. It's a prism. So, very simple to make. All we do is get clean water. I got this out of our 8-stage RO system. The water's about 9.5 pH because the machine that we have at ESP already makes it. Cleans the water, strips it down. Water is your base, so you have to have clean water. So we put in always glass. We only stir with wood, with no metal with this, because we're not trying to use metal spoons, because the metal spoons have stainless steel and you hit them against the glass, clink, 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 and what do you think happens? You get metal in your food. Very simple. Blue-green algae. We take the top off, and this doesn't do this with all blue-green algae. Okay, I've done this for a long time. You need the one that's been processed and filtered the right way, and this is why it's taken us this long to get the right blue-green algae. So what I'm going to do is use about a tablespoon of this. About that much. And you can see, there's not much. This is going to turn into a super concentrate. This is probably about 25 pounds of broccoli. Remember, 30 milligrams of chlorophyll per gram. We put this in the water, very simple. Remember, wooden spoon, so I can really mix it vigorously. And just give it a good spin, and then turn it the other way too. So you want to spin it the other way, so you get the blue-green really mixed in there. Okay, just like that. What I usually do too, when we have these on the internet, is we have these crystals. These are violet tone crystals, because we're going to turn this into violet water. You don't need the crystals to turn this into the violet water, but it really does help, because this is a super high vibe liquid. So we want to keep the vibe by amplifying it. So I drop these in there, and that's it. We'll give it one more stir. And then what I do is I put another glass on top of it, and I put this on my counter, or I put a piece of cheesecloth with a rubber band, just like we make kombucha, and I'll put this over to the side. So let's just put this over here for now. Now, this is about a 2-day brew right here. This doesn't look like it's purple, but that is so purple. So what you do is you stir it, put it on the counter, make it so bugs can't get in or anything. 2 days later, you've got this. All the material that you don't want to drink is at the bottom here. It's got about a ½ inch of stuff at the bottom. Don't mix it up, because all you're trying to do is put a small amount. We fill this up again. Water, clean water, and I'm going to take about 1.5 inches of this, and this is so strong that you're going to see the color that this is going to make. Remember, this is super concentrate, and we pour it in very slowly, and that's all you need to put in there. This really goes a long way. Now, you can drink this straight. I do. But it's, just like I poured it in. Look at the soap at the top here. This goes in your body, and it super cleans you. This has been proven if you look at the clinical studies. There's a lot of clinical studies in Italy on this. And this color, this food goes inside your intestinal tract and cleans your intestinal tract. Really what you're doing is you're hydrating yourself. Watch when I mix this. You'll see that this gets a super bubble up there, and these bubbles will stay. Let me just drink a little bit out of here. There's too much in here. It tastes like yerba mate tea. And you can see the bubbles on the top now. This is why this is special. This is so full of nutrients, and all you have to do is drink it. So that's how you make blue-green algae water. Very simple, very easy. When you put this in the refrigerator, remember, once this is done for about 2 days, you can leave it outside, it'll keep on brewing, but you have to make sure that it breathes. You don't seal the top of this. This has actually a little air breather inside here. But if you would seal this, this is going to turn rotten and it's going to die. This is an aerobic algae. You have to grow it. You can grow it in the refrigerator. I've done it both. Inside cold at about a 40-degree temperature refrigerator, or I've put it on the outside, of course, at about a 75. It grows much better, and you can actually grow this in the sun too. So this is our blue-green algae. Very simple. And if you have any questions, email us.